congratulations to Dave Clawson. Let's go to Winston-Salem. And Coach, congratulations, but we know this doesn't happen unless you're having a great season, right?
Yeah, and you don't have a great season unless your players buy in. And, this is a program award. I have a great staff, and our players bought in. And I also think it's a family award. My wife, Catherine, my daughter, Courtney, my son, Eric, are extremely helpful and supportive. And this is such a time-demanding profession that if you don't have a great family behind you, it's impossible. So I'm grateful to everyone. Again, my name's on the plaque, but clearly this is a program accomplishment.
Coach, ACC championship game Saturday night. I know tickets are tough. You only got 6. Is there a way you could get me and Mrs. P in the game? Any chance?
You got to go to Ticketmaster. We at Wake Forest, we have sold out every single ticket that we were allotted, and we went for the double allotment. We still sold them out. So Deacon Nation's going to be there in full force. Just like they were for our last 2 home games that we sold it out, and just like they are for every bowl game we've been at, that I'm pretty sure we've outdrawn the other team for every bowl game that we've been to in my time here, and most of these schools have 5 and 10 times our enrollment.
Well, I kid around with that question, but I loved your response at the press conference because you were right on the money. But it is pretty cool, right? We've talked to a lot of your players during the course of the year, and they've talked about the relationship of, number one, a small enrollment, but that kind of is an advantageous deal, whether it's a celebration on the field, going to class, whatever. It just seems like Wake Forest right now is about as tight-knit of any school that I can think of as far as administration, coaches, players, the school, the city, the whole deal. It's really, really cool to see.
It's been awesome to be a part of it, and it really started with Ron Wellman and Nathan Hatch, our president that hired me. And our athletic director, and they made a commitment to football in terms of fundraising, facilities. They recognized the direction that college athletics was going, and didn't want to be left behind. And that commitment's continued with John Curry and our new president, Susan Wente. Again, just it takes a whole community and a whole administration to have a good football program. And I'm fortunate to be at Wake Forest at a time that they've made those decisions, that they want to be good in football, with the caveat that it's done the right way, that we recruit student athletes that fit the school, that go to class, that graduate, that have high character. And that's where our student athletes deserve credit.
I want to, at some point, maybe after off-season recruiting, spring ball, spend some time about the long game that got you to the championship and potential double-figure wins, all the things that go into that. But for this year in particular, we spent some time yesterday talking about turning points in seasons for teams. In your mind, where was the turning point with this team?
I mean, I don't know if it's a turning point because there were so many close games, but, I have a lot of respect for Bronco Mendenhall and the program he's beat at Virginia. And when we went up there earlier in the season and played Virginia at Virginia on a Friday night and, won that game, I think our team at that point had a sense that, hey, we could be pretty good this year. Mm-hmm. And then we won a bunch of close games that, if the ball bounces the other way, we're probably not as fortunate. But Nick Skiba hits a last-second field goal to beat Louisville, and Torian Perry makes an incredible catch in overtime to defeat Syracuse. And then our response to adversity. The loss to Carolina was painful, but we bounced back the next week to win a really great game against NC State, and followed up a loss with Clemson with maybe our most complete performance of the year at BC. So there have been so many turning points this year, and you take any one of those games that we don't find a way to get it done, and we're not in Charlotte this weekend.
Coach, what's interesting, your team offensively has been so consistently good, and you've got so many weapons. Hartman's been consistent. He gets the ball to your playmakers. Your offensive line's been good. The play calling's out of sight. But you know what? It was your defense last week at BC that impressed me the most. You mentioned coming off the Clemson game, in which, guess what? You know what? They beat you. So now how are you going to respond? All the pressure. Wake's got to hold serve. and you won with defense, which I thought was fantastic. And, Pitt did a great job, too, defensively against Sean Tucker in their last game. And we get into this championship game, and we think of Pitt and Wake Forest offensive explosion, but it may come down to defensive stops Saturday night of who wins the ACC championship.
I agree. You're not going to stop Kenny Pickett and Jordan Addison and the skilled players that they have. And so I think whatever football team can find ways of getting stops, and whether it's turnovers, third down stops, even in the red zone, forcing a field goal. I think those taking away those opportunities and preventing points is going to be huge. And I think Pitt has a really good defense. I mean, when you think of Pat Narduzzi, you think of a good defensive football coach, good defensive football. Pitt's a very solid defense. I think they've outscored their opponents this year. It's like by 230 or 260 points. So they've got a very talented, very good defense that's well coached. So this will be one of our toughest challenges on offense and on defense. And guess what? You're in a championship game. What else do you think? It's not going to ever be any other way if you're playing for a championship.
Well, it's been tremendous to watch you guys unfold this year, especially with your visits last year, helping guide us through kind of what teams were facing trying to get through 2020. And I think the momentum and the stick-to-itiveness of 2020 kind of helped you in 2021. It's been very rewarding to see the Deacons make this journey, and we're excited for you to have that opportunity on Saturday night. And congratulations on being the Coach of the Year.
Well, thanks, and I really look forward to, now that we're on the road recruiting again, when the season's over, sometime in January, if it works out, I'd love to get together with you guys in Charlotte.
That'd be awesome.
Done deal. By the way, this is your 10th appearance on the show, and everybody that reaches double digits gets a free Packer and Durham mug, so that's coming your way as well.
Well, I'm whatever, for the brand or whatever it said. So
that's it. There you go.
I'll have to have a different mug next time I'm on.
Take care, Coach. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks so much.